Good morning readers, it's Tilly here from Tilly's Shelf, and I've just remembered it's a Thursday morning, so I should be doing a little mini bookish breakfast, but it's my birthday, so I was distracted by other things, and I'm also going into work. So I didn't get any books, but my brother got me a beautiful box of Lush products that I'm just holding the lid off. And I did finish 3 books this week. So I talked about art with Yasmina Rheza with my mum, and she's going to post that video some other time. And I also finished The Housekeeper's Tale, which I mentioned last week. I was a little bit unfair to Boase last week because I said that she was making up the housekeeper's emotions, and then with specific reference to saying that one of the housekeepers would rather be outside. But then later on in that chapter she did point to loads and loads of extracts from that housekeeper's journal where she talks about how much she loves being outside. So I think that wasn't so much made up, but there were potentially other moments that were a little bit invented, if that makes sense. I would highly recommend this if you're interested in more kind of hidden and low-key histories. I would say that none of the housekeepers that Tessa Boase talks about are what you might call typical housekeepers. They're all unusual for one reason or another, but they do make very interesting stories. The last housekeeper, whose name is Grace Higgins, was the housekeeper to Vanessa Bell, so kind of lived and worked alongside the Bloomsbury group for decades, constantly interacting with them but not counted as part of their number, so I found that like an interesting feature. And I also finished Around the World in 80 Trains by Monisha Rajesh, which I've been reading since I think June, like a very long time now. Yeah, it was great, it was fun. I would recommend it. I would say it wasn't the strongest travel book ever, but it was quite good fun. The bits that I felt were strongest were the bits where she was in North Korea and Tibet, where she was talking about things that I guess we don't often get a completely honest portrayal of, and obviously she acknowledges that what she sees when she's there is potentially not completely honest either. And when she's in English-speaking areas where she's able to really speak to people and get like personal histories of how the trains have affected people and how the railways kind of link into people's lives. I found that particularly interesting, but obviously with the extent to which she travelled, she frequently wasn't able to have that kind of in-depth conversation with people. It was quite nice to find out at the end of the book, I think it was in the acknowledgements, that she now has like a small baby girl, which is really sweet, because I feel like one of the things that we gain from this book is kind of like an insider's view of her relationship. She doesn't like go into a lot of personal details, but you do kind of see a lot of what she shares with her partner. So it was quite sweet to see their kind of marriage and then child apparently has gone on to be quite happy. I would say that the fact that she was a mother possibly distracted her from the last couple of chapters of writing, because there were some little bits that felt a little bit rushed, but it would still be a recommended book from me. I'm currently reading a new one which is upstairs called The Sister Queens, which is another history about women. This is about 2 young girls in the kind of medieval period who wound up being consecutively or pretty much consecutively Queens of England when they were French sisters. It's interesting, but the writing is not the best so far, but I'm going to see how it develops. So yeah, take care and speak to you soon.